Hi, I'm Benjamin Faust, a professor of economics, but more importantly for this video, I'm a second-generation graduate of Ohio Valley University in Vienna, West Virginia. My alma mater is in trouble, financially and otherwise. Enrollments are down, there's a lot of debt, and I'm starting to see the writing on the wall. I think, like I've thought several times in past years, but I think we might be getting close to when the school might actually be closing. There are others in the OVU community, both alumnus and current people either working or going to school there, that can and have spoken on specific issues related to what the college is going through. I'm here to add my 2 cents, but I'm not going to focus so much on specific issues because I think they're better covered by somebody more directly involved. I'm here, though, to go over 3 specific areas where I think I can give some kind of knowledge or insight to the situation. The first is United States demographics. Now, when I was at OVU, we did have a fair number of foreign students that were in there from other countries, but most of your students at OVU and most colleges comes from domestic students. And in order to have domestic college students, you first need to have domestic high school graduates, and therein lies the problem. High school enrollment has been flat for a while, and it's actually going to start declining. We've seen a little bit of a bump recently, but that's because high school graduates are having successful completion rates finishing high school. But by the mid-20s, like in the next couple years here, we're going to actually see a total enrollment drop for high school students. That's part of a broader trend with U.S. demographics. People are having fewer children, and what's more, the percentage of where those people are that are graduating high school going on to college are not concentrated in the area that Ohio Valley University is in, which brings me to my second point. The Parkersburg-Marietta area is about 160,000 people, and the growth is flat. In fact, I'm seeing last couple numbers I've seen when I looked it up, we're seeing a small decline there, which is kind of indicative of the area not being super dynamic as far as people moving in for jobs, things like that. The area itself has other college options. In terms of private colleges, it has Marietta College. In terms of public colleges and community colleges, it has several options. There's not really a religious college, a Christian college in the area, which is kind of a niche market that Ohio Valley is for, but I'm not sure there's a super big dynamic for it in that particular region. The third thing I wanted to go over is changes to the Churches of Christ. Now, the Churches of Christ is the denomination in which I was raised. It's also the denomination associated with Ohio Valley University. Is a fellowship of churches throughout the United States, primarily in the American South, but there are congregations all over the country. Now, the Churches of Christ, kind of going against the grain a bit, evangelical Christians are kind of holding their own in the population demographics, but Churches of Christ are in kind of a slow decline. Since 1990, the population of members of the Churches of Christ has moved from about 1.3 million to about 1.1 million, a loss in 30 years' time of about 16% or so. What does that mean for the college? Well, you have a shrinking pool of people who could potentially want to go to the college. And what's more, the Churches of Christ, the nature of members of the Churches of Christ has been changing also. Generations ago, maybe even only 1 or 2 generations ago, there was more of, among many of the membership in the Churches of Christ, it's a diverse body, I don't want to try to misrepresent anything, but there was kind of a feeling like you need to go to a brotherhood college, a Church of Christ college, a Christian college, in order to find somebody who's a member of the Church of Christ, and then you can marry them. It'll be kind of a good formation for your adult life if you do that. Well, the Churches of Christ are becoming less exclusive over time. They're being more accepting of other evangelical churches, and they're kind of changing in many ways. Not every single one is, but there's more and more members who don't feel it's absolutely necessary that their life partner, marriage partner, becomes somebody who's from the Churches of Christ. There are many more people open to other denominations. I think, unfortunately for the college, these are the pressures that may be making it difficult for their operations to continue. And I think also the COVID-19 and associated difficulties with that are probably very rapidly unmasking weaknesses. And this is not unique to Ohio Valley University. It's unmasking weaknesses at small colleges and the like all across the nation. So we'll see what happens. But stuff I read today, I was kind of alerted by a classmate of mine who also went to Ohio Valley University. It's not looking so good to me. So if you have thoughts on this, go ahead and leave it down in the comments here on YouTube. Thank you so much.